In today's show, I'm going to be sharing with you the new stock to flow forecast, which puts the average Bitcoin price at $288,000 by 2024, introducing his latest revamp of the popular price model. Analyst PlanB adds gold and silver and almost trebles his previous forecast. He actually just published it entitled Bitcoin Stock to Flow Cross Asset Model. The latest version of the popular and thus far accurate Bitcoin price model predicts an average price of $288,000, and it could happen this year. I'll be giving you the full scoop here in today's episode. Also, in today's show, Bitcoin bull Tim Draper doubles down on his $250,000 Bitcoin price prediction. If Bitcoin does not hit $250,000 by early 2023, Tim Draper jokingly says he'll eat a raw egg. I'll be giving you the full scoop here in today's show. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. BTC is back in the green. Most of the major cryptos are also in the green. Where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. So be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And before we kick off today's show, if interested in learning from America's #1 investor, Teeka Tiwari, the Wall Street legend who picked Apple in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016, as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're calling it the investment of the decade. Right now, there is a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. They're all betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over the next 7 years, but it's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. To discover what it is, click the link right below this video in the description. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's dive right into today's top story of the day. In a blog post introducing the third incarnation of the stock to flow model on April 27th, analyst PlanB revealed fresh calculations that are taking his forecast even higher. And I'll include this resource in the show notes below the video in the description so you can actually read it all for yourself and get it directly from the horse's mouth. But now let me give you some of the highlights. Bitcoin stock to flow X demands 288,000 per coin. That's right. This time gold and silver joined in, combining with Bitcoin to create the new Bitcoin stock to flow cross asset model called stock to flow X. Stock to flow calculates a value based on the supply of new Bitcoins entering circulation through mining versus the existing supply or stock. The retroactive application confirms that the model is extremely competent at charting Bitcoin's growth, with even last month's 60% drop still falling within its predicted range. Prior to stock to flow X, an updated stock to flow chart put Bitcoin at an average of around $100,000 between 2020 and 2024. With the release of the new version, however, the prediction has almost tripled overnight. Let's go stock to flow, right? Here's what he's quoted saying: the stock to flow X model formula can be used to estimate the market value of the next Bitcoin phase cluster. Bitcoin stock to flow will be 56 in 2020 to 2024. PlanB summarized. This translates into a Bitcoin price, given 19 million Bitcoin in 2020 to 2024, of $288,000. Personally, I love the stock to flow model. Kudos to PlanB for putting this together. It's been the most accurate model over the past decade that I'm aware of inside this Bitcoin space. And as you can see, the trajectory of the Bitcoin stock to flow cross asset model. This shows Bitcoin monthly data. You can see the yellow dot is a Bitcoin cluster 1, which shows proof of concept. Then we have the more orange color, which is cluster 2, showing payments, and then a straight up orange, which is e-gold. And then we have the red cluster, which is the financial asset. And then we have silver, which is silver, and then the gold color, which represents gold. Stock to flow X introduces the idea of clusters for Bitcoin as it moves between various use cases. According to PlanB, the crypto has already been considered as a proof of concept for payments as e-gold, and currently as a financial asset. Each tag accompanies a cluster of price points on the stock to flow chart, and each cluster gives a markedly different price forecast. Each of the 4 identified Bitcoin clusters has a very different stock to flow market value combination that seems to be consistent with halvings and changing Bitcoin narratives. He continued, so far, it is the financial asset cluster which has produced the largest stock to flow value and market value, 25.1 and 114 billion respectively. Under stock to flow X and stock to flow value of 56, Bitcoin's market value should balloon to 5.5 trillion, corresponding to a price per coin of $288,000. The update was not without its detractors, having previously criticized earlier work. The high volume Bitcoin trader known as Joe 007 took a fresh swipe at the stock to flow, arguing that PlanB should include more assets such as the controversial altcoin Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. Here's what he said. I think PlanB made a step in the right direction by including more assets in his model. Solid work. As soon as the stock to flow X is confirmed for a wide range of assets like PT, W, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, and BCC, it will have my enthusiastic support. Highly scientific. Now here's an interesting comment from Joe 007. He claims that Bitcoin's upcoming halving is already priced into the Bitcoin/USD price and that next month's event will precede a price crash. I disagree here, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. I personally do not feel that Bitcoin's upcoming halving is already priced in. I think we're going to get very bullish here shortly, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Ethereum co-founder Vitalik Buterin, meanwhile, is also amongst those with reservations about the stock to flow model. Now, I'm going to include this resource in the show notes below the video in the description. This is that blog post with the update to the stock to flow model, which shows all the math on how the price was derived. As you can see here, this translates into a Bitcoin price of $288,000. Once again, it's in the show notes right down below this video in the description. So be sure to check it out, and shout out to PlanB. Now for our next story of the day. Tim Draper doubles down on his $250,000 Bitcoin price prediction. Before we break this down, let's take a look at the overall cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin is up about 0.75%, trading just above $7,750. Ethereum and all the major cryptos are also back in the green, with Ethereum up 1.3%, trading at $197. XRP up 5.8%, trading at 20 cents. Miss Litecoin up 1%, trading at $44. BNB up 0.1%, trading at $16. We got EOS up 0.4%, trading at $2.74. Satoshi Vision up 0.5%, trading at $194. And Bitcoin Cash up 1.5%, trading at $241. I would like to see Bitcoin break that $7,800 resistance. I feel once we do that, we can continue climbing and surpass that $8,000 level. Now let's take a look at some of the largest exchanges. Binance has about 4 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, down 20% in the last day. OKEX is up over 50% in the past 24 hours with 2.3 billion in volume. BitMEX down 36% with 1.4 billion in volume. And as you can see, these are all the major exchanges. Yesterday, they were all in the green. The day before, they were all in the green. So this is just makes sense, as we can't stay in the green forever. Sometimes things need to settle and the volume will slow down, as we're witnessing right now. All right, now for our next story of the day. Tim Draper saying he's going to eat a raw egg if the Bitcoin price doesn't hit $250,000. I love it. Speaking at Virtual Blockchain Week, famed venture capitalist Tim Draper confirmed that he's sticking to his six-figure Bitcoin price prediction. Back in 2018, Tim Draper made a bold public call that the price of Bitcoin would reach $250,000 by the end of 2022 or early 2023. As of today, he's sticking to it. Here's what he said. That's my prediction. Sticking with it. I'm very confident that this is going to happen. That's happening. It's kind of funny. He cites a couple major reasons that might drive that kind of price action. Draper believes that the U.S. government's massive stimulus package will debase the value of the dollar. I agree 100%. And send people to crypto. He also expects that Bitcoin will see massive commercial adoption around the world within this time frame. Here's what he said. All of a sudden, retailers say, oh, you mean I don't have to pay 2.5 to 4% to the banks every time somebody swipes a credit card? Touche. With crypto, they don't have to. Draper says a company called OpenNode, which he invested $1.25 million, can make it happen. OpenNode is building a Bitcoin payment gateway on the Lightning Network, known for extremely fast Bitcoin transaction settlements. In time, Draper believes such services will prove their competitive advantage over the conventional players, such as credit cards, and will steal market share away from them the same way mass MasterCard, and Visa took market shares away from then the dominant American Express. Draper also jokingly promised to eat a raw egg if his prediction falls short, an illusion of a more savage promise made by John McAfee, which I'm sure you all remember. If Bitcoin doesn't hit $1 million by the end of 2020, I will eat my own what? On national TV? Please don't do this for the kids, John. Please don't do this. But with the halving countdown looming, there's rising mainstream attention on Bitcoin's price movements. That's a fact. Now let's take a look at the overall cryptocurrency market cap. We're sitting at 223 billion with 126 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. And the current BTC dominance is 63.7%. Yesterday it was 64%. So it took a step back just a little bit for today. And taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, we have AVE up 17%, trading at 4 cents. Stellar Lumens up 12%, trading at 7 cents. Digitex Futures up 11%, trading at 4.8 cents. Hyperon up 7%, trading at 17.8 cents. Synthetics Network up 6.5%, trading at 75 cents. And Decentraland up 6%, trading at 3.3 cents. And now for the biggest losers for the day, Hive down 31%, trading at 52 cents. Steam down almost 8%, trading at 20 cents. MadeSafe Coin down 4%, trading at 9.8 cents. Digibyte down about 4%, trading at 1 cent. 1.1 cent to be exact. Engine Coin down 3.88%, trading at 13.2 cents. And Quant down 3.8%, trading at $4.86. And now checking out the BitMEX margins. Wow, once again, when I hit the record button about 10-15 minutes ago, shorts were leading superior. Now longs are back in control. Go Bulls, leading with about 7 million in superiority in the past 24 hours, with longs leading 50.38% versus 49.62% shorts. Are you currently bullish or bearish on Bitcoin? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And now checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. It shows we're rated a 27 in fear. Yesterday was a 26, last week a 19, and last month a 14. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That can be a buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. And now for the Bitcoin block reward halving countdown. We have 13 days, 21 hours, 45 minutes, and 55 seconds remaining until the estimated date for the Bitcoin halving, set to be May 12th. In case you missed yesterday's episode of Crypto News Alerts, the sole focus of the entire show was the Bitcoin halving. I shared everything you need to know about this event, which is a rare phenomenon, which only occurs approximately every 4 years. There's a bit of code written into the DNA of the Bitcoin blockchain. So the block reward's about to get cut in half. When this happens, it becomes twice as difficult to mine a single Bitcoin. Right now, the current price for the average miner to mine a Bitcoin is about $7,000. So in 2 weeks, it's going to cost them $14,000. So I am very bullish leading up to this. I don't think the Bitcoin price is already priced into the halving, as Joe 007 shared in that recent article, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. I personally would love to see Bitcoin test new all-time highs this year. If you remember back in December of 2017, Bitcoin went parabolic, rising all the way to $20,000. Now, this has happened 2 different times before. Back in 2012, there was a halving. 1 year later, Bitcoin skyrocketed. And then the same thing happened in 2016. 1 year later in 2017, Bitcoin reached a new all-time high. Will it happen again? I think so, but I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And I want to encourage you to check out the description right below this video by clicking show more in the description right down below for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 400 plus videos right here on my channel. Also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. This allows you to download the latest episode of the show every day in MP3 format, so you can listen to it on your way to work or on the go when you're out and about. Also, be sure to subscribe on YouTube if you haven't yet already done so. This helps tremendously with getting more traction to the channel. And also, we're on all the major podcasting platforms, including Apple's iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher Radio. So whichever podcasting platform you're active on, please help support the show. It's greatly appreciated. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is Crypto News Yes. And I also have a private crypto Facebook group with over 17,000 strong from all over the world. To become a part of this, simply click this link, request to join, and I'll be sure to plug you in. And I also have a private crypto Telegram chat I'm very active on. To become a part of this, click this link from a mobile device and you'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you on the inside. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And real quick before I go, if interested in learning from America's #1 investor, Teeka Tiwari, the Wall Street legend who picked Apple in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016 as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're calling it the investment of the decade. Right now, there's a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. They're all betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over the next 7 years. But it's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. For full details on what it is and to watch this exclusive presentation with Teeka Tiwari, click the link right below this video in the description. Check it out, and I look forward to catching you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.